In real life, my face is not this red, but I'm never going to record a video if I have to go put on makeup before I'm recording a video at 1:57 a.m. It would be one thing if, you know, I had not yet gone out to Chipotle, but I have, and I'm not putting on makeup at 1:57 a.m. just for the camera. I'm not that vain. So, my name's Tara, and I keep thinking that I will regularly vlog, but so far it hasn't happened. But I think it would be a good idea. I think it would go along well with the blog that I've just recently gotten going. So, what the hell? I'll make some videos. So, today I was actually blogging about my weight. Not a big surprise. It is an ongoing journey / battle for me. You know, right now I am at 266 pounds and a half, and down from 320, I might add, lest you think. I mean, 266.5 is still has me in the morbidly obese category, but no longer in the super obese category, so I got that going for me. But you know, it's crazy. I lost consistently for a while, and then I didn't change my diet or anything. It just sort of stopped working for a while, and then it kind of worked for a while, and then November and December came. Those were rough months. I'm a big fan of holiday flavors, and I'm kind of an all or nothing sort of a girl. So I'm either on the good eating plan or I'm off the good eating plan, and I went off the good eating plan. It was not good, actually, because I not only regained like 26 pounds, but I lost, well, all that time gaining is time I could have been losing, and now all the time I've been re-losing the weight. I'm almost back down to 260, where I was before all hell broke loose. You know, all that time I've spent re-losing the weight could have been spent losing even more. So, so I definitely mourn the loss of that time. At the same time, in the past, I have, you know, I have lost over 100 pounds twice now. I'm now going for the third. But, you know, in the past I've regained over 100 pounds twice, I guess. And gained it originally, regained it, yep, and regained it. So 3 times I have gained over 100 pounds after getting down to a certain weight, so or being at a certain weight. So I suppose on the one hand it's a victory, because usually, you know, it takes a lot to get me back on the program. And it still felt like it took a lot to get me back on the program, but it didn't take as much. I mean, eating healthy actually feels more normal now than it used to, and so eating crazy like that feels not so normal anymore. It used to be the other way around. I used to be able to binge eat with the best of them. Now, not so much. So I've got that going for me. So that's a victory. I mean, it sucks, but it's still kind of a victory. And when you're a fat person who a lot of people find disgusting for some reason that I really don't understand, you have to take your victories where you get them. And I'm taking that one. And I guess I would like to use the vlog as an opportunity to talk about, you know, the fact that people find fat people disgusting. And you know what, actually, I take it back. I do get it. Like, there are famous people that I see who have gained weight or are big to begin with and stay there. Although usually they're people I've had a chance to see at a smaller weight, and I do look at them and I do think there's that sense of disappointment. I don't know if it's for them or from me, or, you know, maybe it's that I get that just because you have money and success success or fame or, positive things going on with you. I mean, think Oprah, Adele, me, just because you have those good things going doesn't mean the part of you that still is vulnerable and struggles and wants the protection of, say, fat, for example, doesn't mean that that person isn't there. And, the thing about people who find fat people disgusting or revolting, which is not something that I experience, is they're, in a lot of ways it's not fair, but here's the thing, is that, the evidence of my struggle with emotional issues and stuff like that, it is right here. You can see it. Heck, you can see it in my rosacea, although really it's fine with makeup. But that's the thing, is you can see my struggles. They're right here. And everybody else has struggles. I mean, there are very few people who are just emotionally altogether great all the time. So you've got struggles. It's just some people have negative ways of dealing with it, like alcohol or drugs, which sometimes are not as obvious to people, at least not in the short term, sometimes not even in the long term. Or they're acceptable, like people are okay, they're comfortable with having a few drinks after work or smoking something to relax, or there are different ways people have these emotional outlets, or gambling or shopping. Those aren't always as obvious when you look at a person. And then there are other people who do have healthy outlets for their emotions, and God bless them, the yoga people and the meditation people and the fitness people who, although even they can take things too far. And I'm not talking about, when their body gets crazy, but just being obsessed with it. And I've been there too, actually. I could tell you stories. Maybe I will someday. But, what I guess is that our outlets are sometimes, I think for most people, they're not as obvious as they are with, like, me, and other fat people. I can't speak for all fat people. By the way, I say fat people because that's how it is. I'm short too, and there's nothing wrong with saying that. So, I guess, I think if people would consider that it's really just that our bodies won't let us be hypocrites about how things are going, that they shouldn't be disgusted by that. If anything, they might try to be compassionate about the fact that we can't hide it like a lot of people can, who, who might do other things in excess, or even limit themselves in excess. I don't know about every fat person, but I'm struggling. I'm trying. I've worked with therapists, and that's how I got ready to get on this diet in the first place, and I still fall out of whack sometimes, but I am trying to get better about how I deal with my emotions and feeling them and being honest with them. And I'm trying not to let food be my comfort. I'm trying not to let fat protect me in some way, because those are really lies that I set up for myself in the first place. But if you can, if you don't like fat people, for whatever reason, try to be compassionate, especially if they're trying. I'm sitting here and I am technically morbidly obese, but I used to be super obese, and I know exactly what I need to do. I have like these weights in my mind, I'm 16 and a half pounds from being less than I was when I broke up with an asshole. I am, I know what weight will get me from morbidly obese to severely obese. Like, I'm looking forward to severely obese. That weight also happens to coincide with how much I weighed when we went from 1999 to 2000. That weight also corresponds with a 100-pound weight loss. You know, so I've got all these small goals, and even then, I'll be severely obese. Even then, when I get down to that weight, which is still, it's still so far away, you know, it's like 46.5 pounds away. But I've traveled more than halfway there already. When I get there, that weight is the weight I was when I saw a picture of myself. When I was in a large group of people, we were looking through pictures, and I saw this fat woman I did not recognize in the picture, and I looked at her, and I said, in all seriousness, I said, "Who's that?" And I joke a lot, and everybody laughed. They laughed with me, but it took me a second to catch up to laughing with them, because I didn't realize I'd said anything funny until I looked again and realized that the fat woman I didn't recognize was me. That was a big moment, and no one else ever knew about that until now. And I'm 46.5 pounds more than that. So to me, getting down to that, I mean, that's going to be a huge victory, but it's also just the beginning. So try to be compassionate towards the people that are at least trying to do something about what it is that disgusts you, and remember that this is just the outward vision. This is just the outward manifestation of how we're dealing with emotional and feeling kind of issues, and you may have your own ways of coping, and maybe they're healthier, maybe they're not, but they may be hidden, and try not to be disgusted by people who are just trying to get through it. That's my rosacea filled message for the evening.